Ski-Doo vs Arctic Cat vs Polaris vs Yamaha. If you're looking to buy a snowmobile sled, you might become overwhelmed with the number of brands and models currently on the market. In the article below, we will review the 4 major snowmobile brands: Ski-Doo, Polaris, Arctic Cat, and Yamaha, so that you can find the one that matches your needs and preferences. Ski-Doo snowmobiles. Ski-Doo is definitely the leader in the snowmobile industry. Nearly every second snowmobile ridden in America is a Ski-Doo. It goes to show how reliable Ski-Doo sleds and Ski-Doo snowmobile tracks are. Ski-Doo snowmobiles are produced by Bombardier Recreational Products, BRP Incorporated, a Canadian company. The first ever Ski-Doo model was designed by Joseph Bombardier and released back in the late 50s. Funnily enough, the word Ski-Doo resulted from a spelling mistake made when they were making a brochure about the BRP products. The sled was initially to be named Ski Dog. But just as with Google, the typo only helped the brand become as successful as it is today. Anyway, Ski-Doo manufactures sleds in 5 categories: trail snowmobiles, crossover snowmobiles, utility and recreational snowmobiles, mountain snowmobiles, touring snowmobiles. Besides, the brand also offers its own range of snowmobile gear, suits, and accessories. How long do Ski-Doo snowmobiles last? How long your sled lasts depends mostly on how often it's used and where you drive it. However, Ski-Doo sleds are famous for their reliability, so they may well last you 20 years, assuming you ride about 1,000 miles a year. Where are Ski-Doo snowmobiles made? Ski-Doo sleds are manufactured all over the world. The brand has facilities in the US, Mexico, Canada, Australia, and Finland. So pretty much all the most attractive places to ride a snowmobile have a Ski-Doo facility somewhere nearby. Where is their headquarters? BRP Incorporated, including the Ski-Doo brand, has its headquarters in Valcourt, Quebec, Canada. What are Ski-Doo models in 2021 to 2022? It's safe to say that Ski-Doo never disappoints. They have some interesting models currently, and they're about to release even more for the coming year. Take a look at the range of their snowmobiles and vehicles. Can-Am OFF road vehicles, Can-Am on-road vehicles, SEA-Doo watercrafts, SKI-Doo snowmobiles, Lynx snowmobiles. These are the models that Ski-Doo is offering for 2022. Can-Am Ryker, Can-Am Spyder F3, Can-Am Spyder RT. Are Polaris snowmobiles the best? Polaris is another manufacturer of snowmobiles and motorcycles, UTVs, ATVs, and Polaris snowmobile tracks. They hold 1/3 of the market share in the snowmobile industry, which isn't bad. The company came to the market 67 years ago, just 5 years before Ski-Doo. It has grown into a huge corporation with more than 30 brands selling all kinds of vehicles: military, electric, commercial, and they even produced personal watercraft for 10 years. They don't anymore, though. Many people associate Polaris with passion and adventure, and no wonder why. The quality of their vehicles is on top. They are extremely reliable and can accommodate anyone's demands. To differentiate snowmobiles and snow bikes, which are narrower, lighter, and easier to turn, Polaris has come up with Polaris snowmobiles and Polaris timber sled. It may have nothing to do with the snowmobiles, but another great point is that the brand is very team-oriented. It helps its employees reach their full potential by developing their skills. It sounds cool and goes hand in hand with their motto, "Think outside." So, the short answer is yes, Polaris is certainly one of the best snowmobile manufacturers, and for many, it is the best. How long do Polaris snowmobiles last? Polaris sleds are very durable and reliable, so they will definitely last 20,000 miles, no problem. Where are Polaris snowmobiles made? The snowmobiles and many other Polaris vehicles are manufactured in Roseau, Minnesota, USA. Another Polaris factory is located in Osceola, Wisconsin. That's where their engines are produced. Besides, they have a couple of facilities around the country, in Huntsville, Alabama, and Spirit Lake, Iowa. Where is their headquarters? Polaris is headquartered in Minnesota. How much does a Polaris snowmobile cost? This manufacturer is considered a premium snowmobile sled brand, so the prices go over $10,000 and more. A used Polaris snowmobile can be purchased for as little as $7,000, but the expensive ones can cost $15,000, depending on how many miles they have on them. What are Polaris models in 2021 to 2022? For 2021, Polaris introduced many models in different categories: Polaris Ranger, Polaris RZR, Polaris General, Polaris Sportsman. For the next year, the company has already released new models, which are New Ranger SP 570, 2022 RZR Pro XP, All-New Edition Sportsman 570 and XP 1000 with Ride Command, New General XP 1000, Trailhead Edition, New Youth RZR 200 FE. Is Arctic Cat the best snowmobile brand? Arctic Cat is also located in Minnesota and was first introduced in 1960 but was purchased by Textron just 4 years ago. It specializes in manufacturing snowmobiles and other off-road vehicles, as well as the Arctic Cat snowmobile tracks. Arctic Cat is considered one of the best snowmobile brands out there, even though it only holds 15% of the market share. The original Arctic Cat sled was invented by a former Polaris employee, Edgar Heateen, and the company was known as Polaris Manufacturing. In the 90s, the firm went through some hard times and nearly went bankrupt but was saved by Artco. Since then, the company has been known as Arctic Cat. As big as the brand is these days, Arctic Cat is still based in the US and currently has no other facilities outside the country. Their customers value the reliability that the Arctic Cat's products provide, which makes the brand stand out among its competitors. Last year, the company announced that they would begin manufacturing side-by-sides and ATVs, which is very exciting for a brand this big. How long do Arctic Cat snowmobiles last? Depending on the model, Arctic Cat sleds will last between 10,000 and 15,000 miles. Where are Arctic Cat snowmobiles made? The Arctic Cat vehicles are manufactured in Thief River Falls, Minnesota, which makes sense, as the mountains are just a day's drive away. As we've mentioned before, the company does not have other factories outside the US yet. Does Arctic Cat use Yamaha engines? Yes, they do. Arctic Cat used Suzuki engines in their 4-stroke sleds before 2009 but then decided to replace them as the engines seemed a little outdated. The brand was unwilling to build a 4-stroke engine from scratch, so they eventually began to work together with Yamaha and started using their power sources instead. However, the Arctic Cat 2-stroke sleds have engines that the company itself developed. Where is their headquarters? Arctic Cat has their headquarters in Minneapolis, Minnesota. How much does an Arctic Cat snowmobile cost? A brand new Arctic Cat would cost anywhere from $6,000 to $21,000. If you're looking for a used model, you may find one for as low as $5,500. What are Arctic Cat models in 2021 to 2022? The brand announced new models in the following categories last year. ZR Trail Sleds, Riot Crossover Models, Mountain Models, Youth Sleds, Norseman Utility Sled. The 2022 Arctic Cat snowmobile lineup includes 2022 Arctic Cat Thundercat EPS, 2022 Arctic Cat Thundercat, 2022 Arctic Cat ZR 8000RR, 2022 Arctic Cat Blast XR Touring 4000, 2022 Arctic Cat Blast XR 4000, 2022 Arctic Cat Hardcore Alpha 1, 2022 Arctic Cat Riot X 8000, 2022 Arctic Cat Norseman X 8000, 2022 Arctic Cat ZR 200. Yamaha snowmobiles. From the very beginning, Yamaha used to sell musical instruments, such as organs and pianos, and was known as Nippon Gaki Company Limited. In 1955, the company opened another branch under the name of Yamaha Motor Company and began producing motorcycles. Today, Yamaha is a major brand that makes mountain, trail, youth, utility, crossover, and 2-up touring snowmobiles and parts, accessories, and Yamaha snowmobile tracks. And, of course, they keep manufacturing motorcycles, jet boats, personal watercraft, and musical instruments as well. In the 80s, the brand introduced the Phaser, the first lightweight snowmobile in the industry. Despite all this, Yamaha holds 4th place in the snowmobile industry with 5% of the market share. Since it's a Japanese company, the philosophy behind the brand is very important and plays a big role in their development. At Yamaha, they value action guidelines, welcoming challenges and acting fast, management principles, creating value beyond customers' expectations, and corporate mission, creating satisfaction and delight. The Yamaha products are all high quality, and you will not question that once you start using them. Since the 2010s, the brand has been working together with Arctic Cat. How long do Yamaha snowmobiles last? Yamaha sleds are famous for their powerful engines, safety features, and durability. So, you can rest assured that a Yamaha will last as long as you drive it correctly and take care of it. Where are Yamaha snowmobiles made? Yamaha manufactures their snowmobiles in Japan. Interestingly, each vehicle is tested individually as soon as it leaves the assembly line. That's why they are so reliable. Where is their headquarters? The headquarters of Yamaha Motors is located in California. How much does a Yamaha snowmobile cost? Yamaha snowmobiles are less expensive than their main competitors, and you can find a 2021 model for a little over $3,000. Generally, their sleds don't cost more than $20,000. A used one will go for $5,000 to $13,000. What are Yamaha models in 2021 to 2022? For the year 2021, Yamaha released sleds that fall into these categories. SX Vemans, Mountain Max, 2-stroke, New Trail Ski, Stable Trail Sleds, Crossover Sleds. Now, look what they've got this year. Yamaha 2022 Sidewinder SRX LE. Yamaha 2022 SR Viper LTX GT. Yamaha 2022 SX Venom. What is the most reliable snowmobile brand? Many experienced snowmobilers claim that Yamaha sleds are the most reliable ones, which is probably due to the special Japanese technologies they use, where each vehicle is personally tested before they go on sale. You might be wondering, if Yamaha snowmobiles are so high quality, why do they only hold 5% of the market share? The Japanese company does not pay that much attention to marketing and promoting their products, as they are more focused on the quality of everything they produce. How many snowmobile manufacturers have there been? Obviously, the number of snowmobile manufacturers is not limited to those 4 that we've discussed. There have been over 100 others. Some of the brands have been discontinued, while larger companies acquired others. Here are some of the sled manufacturers, but the list is certainly not exhaustive. Rupp, Fuqua, Bangor Punta, Mercury, Coleman, John Deere, Armco, AMF, Massey Ferguson, MTD, Roloflex, Giffian, OMC, Suzuki, Motoski, Textron, Conroy. Conclusion: which brand of snowmobile is best? That's the first question asked by beginners who are looking to buy their first snowmobile sled. But of course, there's no definite answer to that. By many, Ski-Doo is considered the best sled manufacturer. They are the leader in the snowmobile industry, holding 50% of the market share and having facilities on different continents. Ski-Doo always tries to feature the best technologies and materials, producing the most modern and innovative sleds every year. Others will argue that Yamaha sleds are the top vehicles on the market because of their reliability and powerful engines. They might be less stylish and innovative than Ski-Doos, but if you're looking solely for durability and don't care about the design, you should explore the list of Yamaha snowmobile models. Whichever brand appeals to you, don't get ahead of yourself. First, determine which type of sled you need and where you will use it mainly. Take your time to do some research on the internet, learn more about the brands and models, compare their advantages and disadvantages, and read the reviews. A snowmobile is quite a serious and expensive purchase, so do become familiar with the industry and the market first. If a sled seems to be too cheap, don't take the risk of buying it. A decent snowmobile will not cost less than $4,000.